6 seconds. That is how long it took for 290 pounds of American wrestling muscle to travel from standing position to hospital stretcher. 6 seconds that ended a career built on 12 years of dominance. 6 seconds that taught 47 witnesses the difference between strength that performs and strength that destroys. Los Angeles, November 1971. A private gymnasium. A challenge that was never supposed to be accepted, and a lesson that would echo through martial arts history for the next 50 years. This is what happens when size meets precision. When ego meets mastery. When 290 pounds of confidence meets 140 pounds of something it has never encountered before. The Westwood Athletic Club sits on a quiet street in Los Angeles, 3 blocks from UCLA, surrounded by palm trees that cast long shadows across the parking lot in the late afternoon California sun. It is November 14, 1971, 4:47 in the afternoon. The gymnasium occupies the entire second floor of the building. The air inside carries the familiar smell of every serious training facility: chalk dust, leather, old sweat absorbed into canvas mats that have witnessed 10,000 hours of effort and pain. The main floor measures approximately 40 feet by 60 feet. Wrestling mats cover the central area. Heavy bags hang along the eastern wall. A boxing ring occupies the northwest corner, its ropes showing the wear of countless training sessions. 47 people are present. 32 are regular members. 15 are guests who have come for a private demonstration that was arranged 3 weeks earlier. The demonstration is scheduled to begin at 5 p.m. The man giving the demonstration arrived 12 minutes ago. He is currently standing near the water fountain, speaking quietly with 2 of his students. His name is Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee is wearing a simple black t-shirt and dark training pants. No logos, no decoration. Nothing that demands attention, because he has learned that true capability does not require advertisement. At 5 feet 7 inches and 140 pounds, he is physically smaller than most of the men in the room. This fact has defined every interaction of his professional life. Every audition where casting directors looked at his frame and saw limitation rather than potential. Every martial arts gathering where larger men assumed his reputation must be exaggerated, because reputation cannot possibly fit inside a body that size. He has spent 23 years building something that does not photograph well, something that does not impress in still images or casual observation, something that only reveals itself in the fraction of a second when movement becomes necessary. His forearms show the particular development that comes from thousands of hours of Wing Chun training. The chain punching, the wooden dummy work, the specific conditioning that builds density rather than size. His legs carry the quiet power of a man who has practiced the same kick 10,000 times and understood something different about it each time. He stands with his weight centered, his shoulders relaxed, his eyes moving across the room with the calm awareness of someone who has learned to see everything without appearing to look at anything. 3 people have asked for autographs since he arrived. He has signed each one with genuine courtesy. He remembers being unknown. He remembers the years when no one asked for anything except that he step aside and let more important people pass. The fame is recent. The work is not. The wrestler arrives at 4:52 p.m. His name does not matter. What matters is what he represents. What matters is the 12 years of athletic success that have built the specific kind of confidence that becomes indistinguishable from certainty. He is 28 years old, 6 feet 2 inches, 290 pounds. A 3-time collegiate wrestling champion from Ohio State University, who transitioned to professional wrestling before discovering that professional wrestling was choreographed entertainment rather than actual combat. The discovery disappointed him. He had believed he was entering a world of genuine competition. Instead, he found scripts and predetermined outcomes and the requirement to lose matches for storyline purposes. He left after 8 months. He now works as a physical trainer for wealthy clients in Beverly Hills. The work pays well. The respect it generates does not satisfy him the way competition once did. He has spent 12 years being the largest, strongest person in every room he entered. 12 years of the specific deference that extreme physical size generates in social situations. The way crowds part. The way conversations pause. The way smaller men avoid eye contact or offer excessive friendliness as unconscious submission signals. He has mistaken this deference for dominance. He has confused the fear response that his size triggers with genuine respect for his capabilities. He does not understand that the two are entirely different things. He does not understand because he has never needed to understand. The size has always been enough. The size has solved every problem that required physical solution. The size has won every confrontation before the confrontation began. Until today, he has come to this demonstration because a client mentioned that Bruce Lee would be teaching. The client spoke about Bruce Lee with the reverence usually reserved for religious figures. The wrestler found this irritating. He has seen Bruce Lee on television. He has seen the Green Hornet. He has seen a small man performing choreographed fight sequences with stunt performers who are paid to fall down on cue. He has seen acting. He has not seen fighting. And he knows the difference. At least, he believes he knows the difference. The demonstration begins at 5:33 p.m. Bruce Lee opens with a discussion of centerline theory. He explains the concept of economy of motion. He demonstrates 3 variations of the straight punch, each generating power through hip rotation rather than arm strength. The explanations are clear and detailed. The demonstrations are precise. 31 of the 32 regular members are engaged completely. The wrestler is not. He stands at the back of the group with his arms crossed over his 54-inch chest. His expression carries the particular condescension of a man who believes he is watching a magic trick performed by someone who does not realize the audience knows how the trick works. At 5:24 p.m., Bruce Lee opens the floor for questions. 7 hands go up. He answers each question with patience and specificity. At 5:31 p.m., the wrestler speaks without raising his hand. I have a question. His voice carries across the gymnasium with the volume of someone accustomed to being heard without effort. Bruce Lee turns toward him. Please. The wrestler uncrosses his arms and takes 2 steps forward, separating himself from the group. All of this looks impressive. The speed, the technique, very pretty. But here's my question. He pauses. Does any of this work against someone who actually knows how to fight? What I mean is, I wrestled at Ohio State. 3-time champion. I've been in real competitive situations against real athletes. Not actors. Not stunt guys. Real competitors who were trying to beat me as hard as I was trying to beat them. He gestures toward Bruce Lee with one large hand. You're what? 140 pounds? 145? I'm 290. I've taken down men who outweighed you by 100 pounds. I've controlled opponents who were actively resisting with everything they had. He takes another step forward. So my question is, what happens when someone doesn't cooperate? What happens when someone doesn't fall down on cue? Bruce Lee listens to this without visible reaction. His posture does not change. His expression does not shift. When he responds, his voice is calm and carries no defensiveness. That is a reasonable question. Would you like a demonstration? The wrestler smiles. It is the smile of a man who has just received exactly what he wanted. Yeah, I would. The 47 witnesses later provide consistent accounts of what happens next. The accounts agree on timing. The accounts agree on sequence. The accounts agree that what they witnessed changed something fundamental about their understanding of physical confrontation. The wrestler moves to the center of the mat. Bruce Lee removes his watch and hands it to one of his students. He walks to the center of the mat and stands approximately 8 feet from the wrestler. When you're ready, Bruce says. The wrestler drops into his wrestling stance. It is a technically correct stance. Weight distributed properly. Hands positioned for the shot. 12 years of muscle memory preparing for the explosive level change that has taken down hundreds of opponents. He is going to shoot. He is going to drive forward, drop his level, wrap his arms around Bruce Lee's legs, and put him on the ground. On the ground, the weight advantage becomes absolute. On the ground, 290 pounds of trained wrestler is an insurmountable problem for 140 pounds of anything. He knows this. Everyone in the room knows this. The only path to victory for the smaller man is to avoid the ground entirely. The wrestler explodes forward. In the first second, the level change is fast. 12 years of training have made this movement automatic and explosive. His hands reach for Bruce Lee's legs. They find nothing. Bruce Lee is no longer where he was. He has shifted laterally, with a footwork adjustment so subtle that 3 witnesses later describe it as not quite movement, more like he was simply somewhere else. The wrestler's momentum carries him forward into empty space. In the second, Bruce Lee's right hand fires. It is not a punch in any conventional sense. It is a straight blast that travels approximately 14 inches from chamber to target. The target is the wrestler's temple. The timing is precise. The wrestler is still moving forward. His defensive structure is completely compromised by the failed shot. His hands are low, reaching for legs that are not there. His face is unprotected. The strike lands with the sound of a leather bag being hit with a wooden bat. In the third second, the wrestler's nervous system receives the impact. The temple is a collection point for critical neural pathways. Sufficient trauma to this area disrupts communication between brain and body. The wrestler's eyes lose focus. His forward momentum continues, but his legs are no longer receiving coordinated instructions. He is not unconscious. He is experiencing something more disorienting than unconsciousness. He is experiencing the complete disconnection between intention and action. In the fourth second, Bruce Lee's left leg generates a side kick. The kick travels from its chambered position to the wrestler's solar plexus in a time that multiple witnesses describe as impossible to see clearly. The power is generated through the kinetic chain. Foot planted, hip rotated, core contracted. All 140 pounds of Bruce Lee's mass focused through a contact point approximately 2 inches square, striking the precise anatomical location where the diaphragm meets the abdominal wall. The wrestler's mouth opens. No sound emerges because no air is moving. In the fifth second, the wrestler's legs fail completely. 200 pounds of muscle, bone, and tissue collapses toward the mat with the uncontrolled descent of a structure whose foundation has been removed. His arms do not rise to break his fall because his arms are not responding to commands. His body rotates slightly during the descent, landing on his right side with an impact that shakes the wooden floor beneath the mat. In the sixth second, the wrestler lies motionless. His eyes are open but unfocused. His chest is attempting to expand, but finding no cooperation from his spazzing diaphragm. His hands are opening and closing slowly, the involuntary movement of a nervous system trying to re-establish basic functions. Bruce Lee stands approximately 4 feet away. He has not broken his stance. He is not breathing heavily. He is watching the wrestler with the calm attention of a physician observing symptoms. The room is completely silent. The first sound that breaks the silence is the wrestler's breathing. It returns in shallow, gasping increments. The sound of a man whose body is remembering how to perform functions that were temporarily suspended. The second sound is someone saying Jesus Christ in a voice that is barely above a whisper. Bruce Lee walks to where the wrestler is lying. He kneels beside him. Breathe slowly. Don't try to get up yet. Your diaphragm needs a moment to reset. His voice carries no triumph, no satisfaction, no performance of dominance. It is simply instruction, delivered with the same clarity he used during the demonstration. The wrestler's eyes find Bruce Lee's face. What passes between them in that moment is witnessed by 47 people but understood fully by only 2. The wrestler sees something he has never seen before. He sees the complete absence of ego in a man who has just demonstrated absolute physical superiority. He sees someone who has no interest in humiliation, someone who has already moved past the event into concern for the person affected by it. "I'm sorry," the wrestler says. His voice is thin and strained, pushed through a throat that is still not fully functional. Bruce Lee shakes his head. "Don't apologize. You asked an honest question. You received an honest answer. There is no shame in learning." Two of Bruce Lee's students bring a stretcher from the gymnasium's medical supply closet. The wrestler is unable to walk. His legs are functional, but the trauma to his nervous system has disrupted his coordination. He will recover completely within 3 hours. He will have no permanent injury, but for now he must be carried. He is placed on the stretcher. He is carried down the stairs by 4 men. He is placed in a vehicle that will transport him to UCLA Medical Center for evaluation. As the vehicle pulls away, Bruce Lee returns to the center of the gymnasium floor. Does anyone else have questions about practical application? No one does.